The rectangle below is divided into 5 parts A, B, C, D, E. The ratio of the area of A to the area of D to the area of E is 5:3:4. Okay, the ratio of the area of A to B is 3:4. Find the ratio of the area of B to the area of C to the area of E in the simplest form, and given that the area of A is 90 cm squared, find the area of the rectangle. Okay, when we look at this figure, the first thing we can deduce, or rather the first thing we need to look out for, is for shapes that we can work with. So in this case, the shape that we can work with is this triangle here. And why is that so? Because if we look at the rectangle, so this is your breadth and this is your length. We know that half times length times breadth gives you the area of the triangle. Then the rectangle itself is length times breadth, which gives you its area. Okay, so we can say that B and C combined up together will be half the area of the rectangle. So this is B plus C. Now what about A, E and D? So if this B and C is already half of the rectangle and you've taken away half of this, combining these three regions up would give you half of the rectangle as well. So what we can say is that B plus C is equal to A plus E plus D. So this is the first point that we must realize. Okay, after we've established this, we can then look for the repeated items. Here, the area of A is mentioned twice. So what we want to do is to convert them into equivalent fractions first. So I'll use the top right hand corner because I'm running out of space. So between A to D to E, we know that this ratio is 5:3:4, and also when we compare A with B, so let's input a B here, that ratio is 3:4. So this is a different proportion, so we have to use a separate line. So since A is repeated, say that these two are equal, make them the same. So the lowest common multiple between 5 and 3 is 15, so we multiply the first row by 3, multiply the second row by 5. Then A becomes 15, D becomes 9, E becomes 12, and B becomes 20 units. So now how do we find the area of C? We have to come back to this relationship here. Okay. Let's come back to this relationship here, and we see that B plus C will be 20 units plus something, giving us A plus E plus D. So that will be 15 units plus 9U plus 12U. So this will give you a total of 36 units. Now this something can be found by taking 36 units and subtracting 20 units. Okay, to understand why, 20 units plus C gives you a total of 36 units, and therefore the area of C should be 16 units. So to answer part A, ratio of B to C to E in that particular order would be 20 is to 16 is to E's 12. So we need to simplify it. So let's look for some common factors. Or if you want to do it systematically, let's remove off. Let's divide it by 2 first. So your B becomes 10, C becomes 8, and E becomes 6. Then we see that all numbers are still even, so we can divide them by 2 again. So this becomes 5, this becomes 4, and this becomes 3. And we realize that there are no more common factors between 5, 4, and 3. And therefore this has to be the simplest form. So this answers part A. Now what about part B? We know that the area of A is 90 cm squared. Okay, let's move back up. So we see that this 15 units is 90 cm squared. We need to find the area of the rectangle. So the area of the rectangle is comprised of A plus B plus C plus D plus E. So that total number of units, okay, if we know that 15 units is 90, 1 unit should be 90 divided by 15 to give you 6. The total area is going to be A is 15U, B is 20U, C is 16 units, D is 9 units, E is 12 units. That will give you that would give you 72 units. So the total area would simply be 72 times 6 to give you 432 cm squared. Hope you enjoy this. Hope to see you next time also. Good night.